Hello and welcome. This is the second video in my top 11 managerial career. So this is the squad selection screen. As you can see here, you've got your whole squad on the left here, which are 22 players. So effectively, you can make up 2 teams of 11. And on the right here is my current selected formation. And if you can click on here on the formation screen, you can see you can select various formations, and so basically you can do anything with regards to that. And just moving around players on the pitch, as you can see here, means that you can like replace them and create a new formation as you go as well. So there's all manner of formations that you can create. Some of them are illegal apparently if you have less than 3 defenders or don't have a certain amount of people in the midfield. You form an illegal formation, I think you automatically lose the match. So obviously it's best to keep to fairly normal footballing formations here. This is a very aggressive, very attacking formation that I've got currently here. The hazard triangles on these players, as you can see from the label, means that they're currently playing out position. And the reason that I put them there is because generally their stats are, I believe, will be all right in that position. So for example, this guy here, he's what's his name, Avislan. He's a defensive right. So he plays here naturally, and I believe that because my guys are tired, I need to rotate them around a bit. So I'm putting him here in central defence. So I think it's a reasonable kind of substitution around of positions. Here again, I think it's a centre mid. I think Eddie's centre mid as well. For some reason, I've been inundated with a huge amount of centre mids, because obviously I presume it's randomly assigned what kind of players you start with, and I've got a huge amount of centre mids, but they're all very young. So if I wanted to, I could eventually kind of train them up in different positions and stuff. So naturally they can play in different positions, but currently they're out of position. But I don't think it's an issue. The reason I'm having to do this is because some of my best players have got severe injuries. I mean, as you can see here, this guy here, the defender, and this defender here, who's actually on at the moment, they're both very tired, suffering at the moment, but before my next match they'll actually have a long time to recover. So each player recovers 5% fitness or condition, it's called in this game, every 3 hours. So by tomorrow most of these players should increase by about 30 to 40 conditions, so he'll be up to around kind of 40-50%, which is kind of all right to start playing. At the moment he's only on 11%, which is horrible. He'll get an injury if he plays at this condition level, so it's best not to play them when they're this low, but he will have time to recover. My best player and my captain, Aaron Carter, as I talked about before, is currently out for 3 days with knee cartilage tear. So he was also suspended for 1 match last game, so it's kind of, the injuries come at a good time. He was suspended, so it was good that he sat on the sidelines for that. He is my best player by quite a way. I mean, it's a 2-point difference between him and the second next player. You will just click on him here. You see some of his stats. If I click on him, sorry, it didn't want to let me do that. So yeah, he's a central midfielder. Currently quality 20, which is rated excellent at this level. He's 19, he's a free kick specialist, so he basically is more likely to score a free kick than someone without those stats, without that ability. He's only 19, as I said. He's worth almost 1.5 million. Left-footed, and he's slightly better at attacking, but he's fairly average across the board. So that's kind of the reason that he's my captain. But he's got superb morale and condition, because also he's injured as well. He's not great, but as a captain, and he's playing extremely well at the moment, he's on superb morale. And if you see here, he's got 5 goals in the league, played 10 matches, got 2 man of the matches, so he's absolutely on wicked form. I could sell him as well, but there's no need for that because he's my best player. But I could get some money back from him. So this is my team, and so it goes down. And the worst quality person I've got is Jackson, who's an old attacking midfielder, who's rated 11. So it's not awful, but that's kind of like the lowest you want to have in your team, really. And he's just in there for kind of like a sub when everyone else is tired. So if we go to training now, this is kind of showing you how tired they all are. And as you can see, all of my players have got some condition taken away. I mean, at the bottom there, they're pretty good. They're very good condition, but here, most of my good players anyway, have hugely poor condition because they've just had 2 matches, a league match and also a friendly match. As you can see here, in 2.5 hours, I get an extra bit of condition. So these are 3 types of training that you can do for your team. Each of them are higher intensity training, but you get more skill experience gained back. So you've got practice match, cardio and stretching. And if you look here on skill progression, when you get to an end of a skill level, you get a point which you can spend on, say for example with this defender, you can spend on either defensive, attacking or physical attributes. So being a defender, you'd put more so on the defensive stats, so for example tackling and marking and heading, with good attributes for a centre back. And then if you had an attacker, you put it on kind of attacking, which would go on shooting, finishing and dribbling, for example. So you need to tailor the way that you build up your players. And the younger players, so for example kind of these goalies and Carter and Ramshaw, all very young. Well, actually they're all very young until around 21. They can all level up on experience a lot quicker than the older players, such as Westcott. However, when you're injured, you can't actually train, so therefore Carter won't be able to get up a level for a while. So if I just now go to my stadium screen, which is kind of the screen that shows all the buildings that you possess at the club, I've just finished building my youth facility. And so that's currently a kind of a dirt pitch where they can train at. Like young people can train at, but I'm also building a junior pitch, which are kind of proper facilities where they can really get youngsters built up at, and that means that I can have young players arriving at my club every, say, month or so. I've also built a gym, which is a training facility, which means that your players can recover more and rest. So in 2 days I'll get in 1 day I'll get 2 rests. Rests are these green things here, which if your players have poor condition, which a lot of mine had, you can spend them on them and they'll be able to get fitter and ready for the match. My stadium at the moment's quite small, very small in fact. It's only got 200 seats, so I can eventually upgrade that, but it takes a lot longer, so I thought I'd upgrade my training, youth and also probably kind of medical centre first before I did the stadium. And as you see here, I've got 284 fans, which means that most of my home games are completely full because all the fans want to join. So I think I shall quickly explain the transfer kind of market. Basically, as you're only allowed 22 players in your squad, a lot of the time you have to get rid of a player to bring a new one in. So a lot of people kind of sell their players, and you see here they're rated on quality, value and age, and also training speed, but you can't see that attribute. So the higher the quality, the better the player. But if you have a younger player, they train quicker. So if you have a young player that's good quality, they're going to be the most expensive, as you can see here. So it's kind of like an online auction type thing where you kind of bid for the players. So if I click on this guy here, I don't have enough money to buy him, but I'll show you how it works anyway. If I wanted him, I'd have to bid on him, and nobody else has made an offer yet. So if it got close to the deadline and I bidded on him, I'm most likely to win him. And you get him for a discounted rate, which he's worth 1.12 million, but I'd get him for 1 million if I was the only person that bidded. So let's go on another person. Say for example, let's go for someone who's actually close to the deadline. Let's go on this guy here. He's likely to have, yeah, he's got an offer for him. So if I made an offer for this guy here, I'd have to put a bid in next to this person's bid, but then I'd have to go to a new round of bidding. So I'd have to keep going until this person didn't want to put any more tokens or money forward, and then I'd be able to get this player. So bidding can be a bit of a drain on money, but especially tokens. So I think that's all for kind of now. I've shown you how to purchase players, about the squad, about training, and about kind of formations and stuff. So I will end this video here and talk to you again soon. So thank you very much for listening, and look forward to showing you the next video.